Welcome to Dalfin. In this video, we'll guide you through configuring the JMES Data Extraction Event in Dalfin's workflow. To begin, drag a UI trigger into the workflow and provide a meaningful title and description. Then, select the required method, menu, and window, and click Save. Next, add the external API event from the third-party integration events section. Give it a title and description, then enter the external API URL to fetch data. Once added, you will see the response body displaying the retrieved data. To extract specific information, drag and drop the JMES Data Extraction Event from the Data Processing and DTL Events section. Provide a title and description, then configure the settings block to either use static data or carry data from other nodes. Choose the previous node's response, enter the JMES Query Path, and extract the required data. In the JMES Query Path, you can add the query accordingly to filter and retrieve the data you need. For example, if you have extracted data from an external API and want to retrieve only the names from the JSON response, you can write the query as shown here and hit Run Query. This will display a list of names. Similarly, to get the price, use the query as shown here, run the query, and see the extracted price values. If you want to extract the entire dataset, use the query as shown here and hit Run Query to view all the extracted data. Now, incorporate a for loop event to process the extracted data. Assign a title and description, then choose the loop type. Select data carry as the data source and use the extracted JMES event data for iteration. Within the loop, set up conditions by adding a binary condition event. Provide a title and description, configure the if block, select the necessary conditions, and define the field, relation, and value type from the drop-down options. Next, retrieve records by adding a retrieve record event from the data operations events section. Provide a title and description, then in the record info section, select the system, menu, and window from the trigger. Choose a data source type, constant, data carry, filter, or current, and apply a filter to retrieve product records. Configure the required fields, relations, and values, then save. Following this, add a create record event to store the extracted and filtered data. Provide a title and description, select the system, menu, and window, and configure the data settings by choosing the appropriate input type, static, variable, user input, or data carry. Assign values to fields, configure all necessary options, then save. Once all configurations are complete, publish the workflow and navigate to the respective window. Execute the workflow, and you will see the data successfully synced from the external API using JMES Data Extraction into Dalfin. This setup ensures an automated and efficient process for retrieving, processing, and storing external data within your workflows.